All right, the last time we looked at triads on string sets 3, 2, 1. And with those, remember, triads are root, third, and fifth. And so we had major triads, which was root, third, fifth, and then we moved up and looked at all the different inversions. So let's do the same thing, but we're going to look at triads now on the string sets 4, 3, and 2. And so it's kind of these middle 3 strings here, and we're going to look at the triads and how they fall. So let's first look at the major root position triad, and a good place to look at that is the G. And so what we do is we take our third finger here, put it on a G, second finger on a B, and first finger on a D. And if you don't know the notes in your neck, that's not going to mean anything to you, so let me tell you where I'm hitting here. It's the third finger is on the 5th fret at the 4th string, second finger is on the 3rd string, 4th fret, and the first finger is on the 2nd string, 3rd fret. Much easier to see the diagram than listen to all those numbers. All right, and so it's just this simple major triad, root, 3rd, 5th. And to give you a context of that, if we played this would be our kind of that first F chord that we ever learned. Or we actually look at it, it's the middle 3 notes here in the bar chord that we know. So that gives you some context for that. It just is the octave is down there. All right. So now if we move this up, what we do is we look at next the first inversion, which puts the 3rd in the bass. And so we move up here, and we've got the 3rd in the bass, the B, and then we've got on the next string the D, and then we've got the G. And so we've got 3rd, 5th, root. All right, and you can see how to play that chord from the diagram. Let me give you a context for this one. If you put the pinky down and bar across here, you have a C chord, a C shape, I should say. But we're creating a G chord. But since we're starting here with the B, B, D, G, we're playing a G major triad in first inversion. All right, so it's just that shape. So we're down here with the root, we're up here with the first inversion. And then we go up and we then we put our D in the bass, and that's right here. And we build that out, and I'm going to play it with a bar just because it's easier up here. We've got the D, the G, and the B. So we've got 5th, root, 3rd. And what's this shape? This is our A shape that we learned early in our playing. And so that's the first or second inversion major triad. And so let's run those again. We've got major root position, then we've got first inversion with the 3rd in the bass, and then we got second inversion with the 5th in the bass. All right, and if we started over, we'd just be back an octave up from where we started. All right, now that's the major. Now we need to look at the minor. And so the minor, let's talk some theory here. To make a minor chord out of a major, we have to take the 3rd of the chord and flat it, or move it down a half step. So we've got root, 3rd, 5th, and so we need to make it a root, flat, 3rd, 5th. So root, flat, 3rd, we need to move it down 1, and you could flop your finger down, and then it would make a mess of your fingers. So what you need to do is just simply bar. So we go root, minor 3rd, 5th. And we've got that nice minor sound. Now look at that. We're back at that minor bar chord shape. Or if you want to look at it, we're at the E minor shape. We've got the root, the minor 3rd, and the 5th. But we just happen to be playing it up here with the bar. So this is G minor, G, B flat, D. Root, flat 3rd, 5th. All right, so our next one was up here, and that was you remember our first inversion with the 3rd, so the major was this one. And if our first inversion is the 3rd in the bass, we just need to move this finger down one. Again, kind of squishes our fingers, so what we need to do is change our fingering. Alright? Kind of a different sounding chord, but that's the flat third or minor third, 5th root. B flat, D, G. Alright, so coming here. Alright, the next one we go up to the 5th, which is the D. And here we have the D, G, and then we had the B for the major, but now we have to flat that B, and so we have B flat. And what do we got here? But we have our A minor shape. That shape we know pretty well, we're just happen to be playing it up here. So D, G, B flat, 5th, root, flat third. Alright, so let's run through those again. So root position, first inversion, second inversion. Alright, so now all these chords we've, let's go ahead and look at a song that uses some of these different shapes. And one that does use them is Hosanna, Hillsong. And we might have looked at this before for this minor shape up on string sets 3, 2, 1. And that's how it starts, but then it goes to the minor root position of the G sharp minor there. And then it goes to the root position major, and then back down. And it does some other stuff. Puts a little hits there, and the second time, rather than coming down like this, it actually goes up and plays a B triad and goes up. And so these triads can make some great sound and just riffs, and instead of trying to play the full chords, even with the acoustic guitar, you can create some nice sounding accompaniment parts for your worship music. Alright, in the next section we're going to be looking at how to take these 3/2 or these 4/3/2 triads and making a scale out of them up the neck.